welcome to the Intuitively Wild podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Levine. Living intuitively wild is about coming back home to ourselves. Here, we talk about how to live connected to ourselves, others, and nature, and make a commitment to radical authenticity, vulnerability, and acceptance. On this podcast, we delve into a wide range of topics that span the human experience. We peel back the layers and talk about the things that are often not talked about. This is a space for us all to walk and wander this path of life together. Let's dig into our roots and go deep. Mom, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
My forever favorite guest. And this month, you are joining me for our monthly ritual of sitting down to talk about the month that has passed and set intentions for the month to come. And my goal is for the next few months to do these reflection and intention setting episodes with you as I'm home for the holidays and we're just spending time together. So
great.
Hopefully, I mean, I told you that already. So she's in for it. But
I'm not so surprised, but I'm very delighted.
Yes, so hopefully that can happen.
Yep.
And for those who don't know, my mom and I are extremely close. My best friend, my person. And every night, my mom and I have this little ritual, pretty much every night, most nights. We have this ritual of FaceTiming and going through what we learned from that day, what we're grateful for from that day, what we appreciate within ourselves from that day, and what we're releasing, and our intentions for the next day. And so I thought we would take that structure and use it for this reflection and intention setting ritual.
Right.
And my mom can be a little more long-winded than I usually am. We joke about our communication styles a lot. We're very similar in certain ways and very, very distinctly different in other ways. And so I am limiting us to one thing for each category.
Right.
And I'm hoping that through our reflections and our conversation, it will allow you to go deeper into your own reflections and have some more insights and awareness and inspiration around what's coming up for you and what October was for all of you. I would really love to hear if it sparks anything. So we're going to start with our main lesson from October. And would you like to start?
Sure. So my main lesson from October is how much I love October, how much I love autumn, and October sort of representing the peak of autumn. That it really, I love all the seasons for this unique beauty they offer, but for autumn I've realized more this year than before that it is the one I think that I'm most connected to, that makes me feel most alive and most reassured in life, and I just, sort of relish every day of autumn. That's kind of what I learned. I suppose I always knew it, but it really struck me. You know what? I could stay in this season for a lot longer.
Yeah, that's actually similar to my main lesson from October too, is just how magical autumn is. And if some people might have heard me talk about this before, write about it before, just my evolution with the seasons. For so long I thought I would be an eternal summer girl. And I've learned that I really need the 4 seasons and I love them even when they're very challenging for me. And for a long time, I couldn't ever enjoy fall because it meant winter was coming and I would just go into this automatic
freeze mode. And the past few years I'm reworking and reshaping my relationship with the seasons and the colder weather specifically. But I feel, and it really, last year I was able to be in that too, and the year before but I mean, it really started when I was living in England for that year.
Right.
But there was something different about this year. I think it's all been building on each other, and this year my intention was to be so present with nature and with this season and with I feel like I'm kind of in an autumn season of my life, because I feel like autumn is this in between, and I'm a Scorpio rising, so although a lot of autumn is Libra season, it also is a lot about the shedding and the reawakening and the reclamation and really going inwards and deep with ourselves and just being so present with the transformation. And I feel like I've been so present with the transformation of nature, and just every morning in my rituals, every day, watching how nature is changing, watching how I'm changing, and just like watching how our relationship is mirroring each other.
Yeah.
And I also had that quick stint in California, Southern California, in the middle of October, which was just this reminder of a life I left behind, and then coming back to New York, upstate New York, and this life I'm choosing. And it was this moment of this is the right choice for me. And
I was very relieved.
So was I. So I think my main lesson for October was how magical it was, and even more impactfully for me, how I really am connected to the energy of this season. And it feels like a core part of who I am.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
No, you can respond. It's
okay. No. All of that. I'm just wondering if it sort of, we should go into sort of what we appreciate or gratitude. Which one do we do first?
It doesn't matter. Does one lead into?
Well, I think when you were speaking, I think one of the things that I appreciate about myself.
So we at first started this ritual by doing what we're proud of about ourselves. Proud of ourselves,
proud of ourselves for.
But that was very challenging for both of us.
We're both very self-effacing,
which can say a lot.
Yeah.
So we changed the wording to something we appreciate about ourselves, and so that's why it's phrased in that way, right. And that's what we'll go into now. So
yeah, and what I do appreciate in myself this season in particular, thinking about October, is a kind of commitment to really paying attention to my relationship with autumn, sort of picking up on a lot of what you were saying, and that in connecting more deeply to autumn, recognizing this really is a time of renewal and rebirth, and it coincides with more lunar new beginnings than, let's say, January 1st, and for me it feels more organic, that this is the newness, and that change can bring uneasiness, but this year, I appreciate that I leaned into more curiosity and excitement and appreciation of the change. And as you said, changes in nature, reflecting changes in myself and helping me understand myself better. I appreciate that I really follow through on an intention I've had to spend more time in nature, and I think I did that a lot during October, and it was a month with a lot of strong emotions, and being in nature really was healing, and also healing and regenerating. So I appreciated myself that I took the time and the space to honor my relationship with nature.
I love that. And well, in some ways mine's similar. One thing I will say is that I don't agree that this feels like the new year. For me, this feels like the beginning of the end. Like this feels like the descent into like the darkness, and then spring to me feels like the new year, and like coming out of that
I see
cocoon
that.
and hibernation and
No,
incubation
that's
phase.
definitely true.
So
That's
but I hear
but
where
I
you're
think
coming
I
from,
guess
but-
there are just sets of beginnings and endings throughout the year.
I mean,
every
exactly.
day, right?
And there's different layers and depths.
Exactly.
But I think for me, if we're taking it as a whole, that's
Yes.
kind of my orientation, but I hear what you're saying. But for me, I'm proud, or I appreciate in myself.
And if you're proud,
No,
be proud. Be out there with your pride.
No, I appreciate in myself that similarly, I really leaned into this intention of being in the silence with myself and being with nature and deepening my relationship with nature and going also deep into my rituals. And I think they're becoming even more and more important to me, but the last few weeks especially, I have just been feeling so called to all my rituals, and they've felt very witchy and very intuitively led, and I've been really trying to honor that and follow that, and I appreciate that I've been following that intention, that I've been I also just appreciate that part of myself. Like I like that part of myself.
It's very cool.
And it also feels like it's helping me prepare for opening the space.
Wow.
Okay.
That's great.
Gratitude.
So sort of continuing on this thought process, I really am deep in gratitude for what nature offers us. And when we take the time and space to respect her, just the magic, and that I do have the, as I don't take for granted time, and I don't take for granted space, but that I, some of it is making the commitment to prioritize that, and some of it is being, just being fortunate to have opportunities to be able to take the time, I suppose. That's another conversation about how you, no matter what your situation is, what you prioritize. But I am grateful that I have gotten to a place where I don't take any of it for granted. And it has really brought me tremendous gifts. So I have really, I think, and really done a very also deep dive into my gratitude practice.
I am grateful for a lot of things this month. I mean, I'm grateful for how beautiful the weather has been this month.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Like I'll be doing my regular walks or hikes in nature and just like honestly almost brought to tears about how beautiful it is. And my gratitude for where I live, and gratitude for things with the space feeling like they're starting to slowly come together. And also gratitude for family and friends. It's been an interesting month, and there's been some loss and
Grief.
Lots of grief and reflecting in that realm. And so it's really just brought me profound gratitude for our family and my close friends.
Thank you. That is the pervasive number one thing for which I am grateful. And I just want to underscore my gratitude for you, for what you have taught me, and your proximity to me. We are as close emotionally as mother-daughter can be, but now we are closer geographically, and it allows me to be with you in person more. And driving up here is both so thrilling, minus traffic, is thrilling because I get to see you, and as I get closer and closer to the mountains and to you, nature is just more and more profound. So
Well, you can always find me hidden in nature, tucked away in nature.
And you have helped me with this relationship that I have with nature. But thank you.
I also just want to say, and this came up for me in what you were saying to our first thing around the lessons, is I feel like your energy is autumn. Like I feel like if we all had to choose a season for like each person's personality, yours would be autumn.
And what does that mean? I feel that too, but I can't quite articulate what it is.
I think, well, first of all, it's your colors.
Always the colors.
But I think also it's just your energy. Like you have this, you move slowly in some regards and very, just one thing at a time. But it's not to the degree where it's like winter stillness and hibernation, but it's just like, I don't know. And also my mom's a therapist, you bring people into that reflecting and shedding, and it's just, you just hold autumn energy. Like
thank you.
It's just this essence. Probably hear the fire department.
So our next thought is around releasing, and with my experience has been throughout my life, with increased self-understanding comes many things. Self-appreciation, and in my case, sometimes a little bit too self-critical, right? So I just want to be clear that a degree of self-doubt and self-criticism for me is useful because it helps me set intentions and clarify paths that I want to work on. But at times I can get stuck and in an unhelpful loop of self-criticism and self-doubt. And when it tips over to that, where it keeps me stuck rather than helping me, rather than giving growth, that's the piece I want to release.
Yeah. Yes. Same. I think also for me, even more specifically, I want to release anxiety and worry around things regarding the space, both in the realm of timelines and details and getting everything ready and it being prepared physically, but also doubt and insecurity and fear around me personally being ready and feeling good enough and like I'm ready to step into this chapter of my life and like own what I'm doing. So I want to release that very fully.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I can support that, I want to really support that.
Okay, what are our intentions for November?
So I want to carry some of this mindfulness around nature into November. November, it is a month of gratitude. It holds my most favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, which for me is about gratitude and family and close friends and appreciating the abundance of nature and life's gifts. And so I think and it also, not just Thanksgiving, but leading up to December, which is a, very busy, stimulating month of festivities, etc. So November can have an energy of freneticism, and it can be easy to get caught up in that and some of the trappings of that and lose sight of what I most value, which are the connections with the people I care the most about. And so my intention is to stay mindful of that and to stay grounded in my priorities of relationships and gratitude.
Yeah, I love that. And again, similar to mine, we're clearly on a similar wavelength, but I think we're just like tuning into the energy of the season. But for me, a continuation on what I was discussing in regards to being really present with nature and deepening my relationship with nature and in that silence and softness and slowing down. And even more so, continuing to follow my interests and insights, intuitive urges into my rituals, and really getting myself prepared to open the space. Like sitting in ceremony with myself, doing my rituals, preparing, and like doing it in a very excited way and intuitive way, and embodying the energy and the person I want to be when I'm sharing with others, and just already stepping into that. Just really embodying that priestess, witch in the woods type energy, and just leaning into that.
It's beautiful.
So that's...
I'm very excited. I'm just going to put that in there. I'm very proud, very grateful. I'm very excited.
Yeah, so I think honestly that's really my intention for the rest of the year, as I prepare to open the space, which if you're on the VIP wait list to get all the emails about the details of the space, you'll have gotten an email about updates around the launch and some behind the scenes news that I haven't shared anywhere else. But the rest of this year is really about focusing on the spacing and getting myself and it ready. But yeah. And I guess on that note, we're currently recording in the space, which is very special and fun.
Very special.
And if you're not on that email wait list, I would love if you were to sign up. I will put the link in the show notes. And is there anything else, any other thoughts you have, Mom, about anything, any of it?
I mean, I do, but I'm worried that if I start, it'll be. So I think I really wanted to stay true to, being kind of focused on this. And I think I hit on the most important things for our conversation. I would just elaborate on each one, but, that...
Well, if this doesn't come to mind right away, that's okay. But if you could have a word to sum up October and a word for your intention for November, does anything come to mind?
Okay. October was, I guess, just nature's magic. That's 2 words.
That's okay.
And November, I mean, I don't want it to sound cliche and say gratitude, but I really, I mean it in the truest sense of the word. I think gratitude, if I can get, a little bit more, a different word while you're doing your words, I'll let you know. But
no, gratitude's perfect.
I mean it really, again, in the truest sense, that it is, I'm just feeling very filled up with gratitude, and that every time that I really lean into my ritual of a gratitude meditation, it is so meaningful and builds all the, hones all the attributes that I cherish, like, confidence and compassion. And so that is my word for November.
I love that. I think for me, what comes up, and this has been a word that I've used in a lot of my writings and has just felt very prevalent in my mind, is becoming. I think for me, November has been becoming. And I feel like after being in this phase of the in-between for so long, and also like confusion and just like the messy, muddy middle, uncertainty, that's a good word. I'm still definitely, I feel like I'm in the ending phase of the in-between, and really feel like I'm in my becoming. And October felt kind of like choosing that and stepping more into that. And I think November for me is deepening, mainly just like deepening into that and entering that phase even more fully and wholly. So
great.
That's the word.
And I'm really looking forward to us doing this on a regular basis. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for doing this with me. And it feels really good to do it with someone else and someone who I'm so close with and who it feels so natural. I think that I've been wanting to take these ritual solos to not solos, but it's hard to find the right person to do it with and someone who I can do it with more consistently. So you are the perfect person. So I'm very excited to be back here together in December, and especially because even though I do not feel like January is the new year energy, and I'm very anti-new year, new me, and all the noise of the end of the year that can come with that, it does feel important to mark the end of the year and do big reflections on that, and to just look back on the end of the year. So I think our December ritual will be special.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
We will see you next time for more magic.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Intuitively Wild, the podcast. I hope it helped deepen your connection to yourself, sparked some insights, and inspired you to live intuitively wild. If you enjoyed this podcast, it would mean so much to me if you would share it with others and leave a rating and review. And please reach out to me. I would love to connect with you. I will see you next time for more magic.